The new Fortnite season is here in the Chapter 5 Season 2. For that reason, I will be testing my RTX 4070 Ti and i5 13600K combo in different settings at 1440p and 1080p resolution. The link to this PC specifications will be down below in case you want to buy the same exact PC. That being said, let's start. The first setting I'm going to be testing is epic quality settings, no ray tracing on, 1440p DX12. While testing this setting, I noticed that the game runs actually pretty smoothly even on epic settings with an average of 70 FPS. This is a very good number if you want to play 60 plus FPS on average with the highest quality setting. Of course, if you want to play competitively and you want the best performance, this is not going to be ideal for you, but if you want to play on a 1440p 32-inch monitor and you want to play with friends, you want the best quality, then this is a very playable experience and very smooth overall. After that, I decided to test 1440p ultra settings with ray tracing enabled. In this case, it was a very smooth experience as well, with a 65 FPS average, which is actually very similar in terms of performance to the epic settings with no ray tracing enabled. Once again, if you want the best quality and even better because the reflections have ray tracing, then this setting is going to be ideal. And as you can see, the RTX 4070 Ti is doing a great job here because the higher the settings, the more GPU intensive it gets. We are definitely making the 4070 Ti work. After that, I decided to try everything on Epic with ray tracing enabled, but this time with NVIDIA DLSS, which is the upscaler technology. And after that, basically I got free performance. The FPS average was 88 FPS and it looked the same. I actually cannot notice the difference between DLSS and native resolution when it comes to Epic settings with ray tracing on. On top of that, the temperatures for the 4070 Ti and the i5 13600K were about 60 degrees, which is actually very good for gaming and is definitely not going to hurt your system long term, so it's not thermal throttling. But mainly the reason why the temperatures are so good inside of this system is because of the case and CPU cooler. Both of them you will have in the video description. In my opinion, if you want the best quality and also get some free performance, NVIDIA DLSS does an amazing job. Then I decided to lower the graphics settings to high and still have ray tracing enabled, and this time no DLSS. So I'm testing this one with TAA, which looks very nice. Lowering the graphics settings made me jump from around 90 FPS to 100 FPS on average. And remember, we were using DLSS before, that way we got free performance, and on this case we are not. So you can expect even a higher performance increase when using DLSS on high settings with ray tracing on, which is what I did after. I tested Fortnite high settings, ray tracing enabled, and this time DLSS on, and the FPS average was around 120 FPS, making it not only great if you want a nice graphic quality setting and you want to prioritize quality, but it's also great in terms of performance, and you will be able to take advantage of a 144Hz 1440p monitor, which makes it a really good balance between quality and performance. After that, I decided to try medium settings with TAA, no DLSS, and ray tracing enabled still. But if you want to play competitively and you do not care about quality, then I recommend you going with DX12 low settings or trying performance mode, which I will talk about in a second. But before that, I want to show you low settings DX12, and on this case I was able to average around 330 FPS, making it a very smooth experience. And if you want to buy a 240Hz 1440p monitor, feel free to do so, or even a 360Hz 1440p monitor depending on your budget and the type of performance that you want to get. Then going into performance mode, at 1440p resolution, I was able to average around 400 FPS, which is much more than anyone is going to need. So if you want a 360Hz 1440p or 1080p monitor, this combo is going to be ideal for you. Of course, if you want a 144Hz 1440p or 1080p monitor, then you can actually get away with a much cheaper combo and save up some money. And then lowering the settings to 1080p performance mode didn't actually help me at all, and it was about the same in terms of performance, around 400 FPS on average, which I'm not sure why. Regardless, if you want to play at 1440p or 1080p, there's there's not going to be a difference between them, since if you're going to buy, for example, a 360Hz monitor, that's the maximum amount of FPS that you will be able to see. Therefore, anything above 360 plus FPS is not going to be noticeable to your human eyes. And then last but not least, I tested DX11 low quality settings, and I was able to average around 320 FPS, which was the lowest between performance mode, DX12 and DX11 when it comes to low or competitive settings. It was also the most unstable setting out of the three, and I noticed the most stutters when playing with DX11, which is actually surprising because usually DX12 is the most unstable setting with Nvidia GPUs. Keep in mind that this might be different for you, so when you're playing, just test all the settings and stick to the one that feels the smoothest. If you need personal PC help, you will have the link to my community where I can help you one-on-one down below in the video description. That's going to be the top link, and I'm also going to do a giveaway for a PC that can run Fortnite high FPS. So if you want to join that giveaway, join the community, and actually there are no members right now because it's a new community, so the chances of you winning are even higher. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.